Welcome to my channel General Hospital. Trissy is vague about her reasons for coming home, and furious nobody told her about Ned's return. Today on General Hospital, Finn worries this could be his father's last Christmas. Curtis shares his news with Marshall and Dex opens up about his unhappy childhood. At Finn's, everyone applauds Chase and Violet's performance, and Violet asks if she can sing at Brooklyn and Chase's wedding. They agree she can, so she asks when the wedding is. Liz explains weddings take a while to plan, and sometimes you have to pick a date a year ahead. General Hospital vet's return may be a good news/bad news scenario. Violet exclaims they can't wait that long. Brooklyn and Chase say they won't wait a year, so Violet asks for a ballpark date. They promise to tell her when they know. Violet looks at Liz and Finn and says, what if there were 2 brides and 2 grooms? Would that make it happen sooner? Finn steers the conversation elsewhere by saying the star on the tree is crooked, and they have to fix it. Liz and Finn again congratulate the couple, and Gregory welcomes Brooklyn to the family. They head out, but not before Violet reminds them she wants to know the date the minute they pick one. Finn says it's Violet's bedtime, and she asks Gregory to tuck her in. Gregory reads Violet "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." Meanwhile, Liz and Finn admire the tree, which Liz says is beautiful, flaws and all. She thinks there is a lesson in there. It's not that the tree has to be perfect, but what it represents. She sees the happiness of his family all being together in it. Finn hates the thought that this could be his dad's last Christmas. He knows his dad wants this to be a great Christmas, and he is trying to appreciate the joy of the season and not what they are about to lose. Finn asks her to call him out if he backslides to a dark place. She agrees and also says the tree will be a reminder as well. The unbearable reality of Israela's since October 7th. In her room, Violet notices her grandpa struggling to get up after reading to her. She asks why he uses a cane now. He explains that lately he needs help to walk, and she says they all need help sometimes. Later, Liz offers to give Gregory a ride home, and Finn thanks his dad for taking Violet tree shopping. They depart and Finn looks at the tree for a bit of hope. He then checks on a sleeping Violet. Marshall finds Curtis hard at work on his laptop at home. Curtis reveals the news of the experimental treatment which could have him walking again weeks, but there are no guarantees. He explains Portia is the one who found out about this trial and signed him up. Marshall doesn't like that he's being made a human guinea pig in a test trial, but Curtis has made up his mind to do this. Marshall says then he'll support him in this and asks about the timeline. Curtis says it will begin in January or February. Marshall tells Curtis that he, Portia, Stella and Trina will be here for him. Curtis admits he's scared. Dex and Joss finish some takeout at his place. Joss suggests they get him a little tree, and he quickly says it's not necessary. She asks if he doesn't celebrate the holiday, but he says does. He says Christmas is for kids, and Christmas was not a happy time in his house. She asks why not, but notes that he doesn't have to share if he doesn't want to, but she'd like to hear why. Dex explains his dad cheated on his mother all the time, and she knew it and stayed with him. He thinks his mom wasn't strong enough to stand on her own. He says his brothers grew up to be like their dad, and he refused to play along that everything was okay, and they would beat him up for it. By the time he was a teen, he just wanted to leave home, and that's why he enlisted the day he graduated. Dex apologizes for opening a box of sadness, but Joss is glad she told her, as it makes her love him even more. Dex explains putting the tree up always marked the beginning of the most terrible season for him growing up, and he resented his mom for putting up with his dad and brothers. Joss is sorry his tree brought him dread instead of joy, but she hopes to show him how special Christmas can be. At their place, as Dante changes for the night, Sam sees he still has the locker key and hasn't retrieved what is inside. Dante brings her up to speed on Forsyth's body being confiscated, and that they found evidence he started the fire at Anna's. He also tells her the files have been classified, which means the WSB knows it was Forsyth. They get into bed, and Sam asks if he's going to tell Anna about the key. He's not until he investigates it first. She reminds him that he didn't want to tell Anna to begin with because of the danger involved, and now he's willing to put himself in the line of fire. Dent says he is certain the WSB doesn't know about this locker, but she doesn't like the idea of him going this alone. She asks him to work with Anna, but he says the WSB likely has Anna under surveillance. He promises her that he'll be super careful. Sam just doesn't want him pulled back into the Webby's web. Dan feels he has to hold the WSB accountable for their abuse of power. Nina returns home from shopping, and she's going all out for their first Christmas. Nina shows Sunny some of the gifts she bought, and Sunny asks about Amelia and Wiley's gifts. She talks about the gift ideas she has for them, and Sunny is surprised she's not going overboard. Nina admits she's trying not to provoke Michael. Sunny is upset, and Nina says she is just hoping in time things get better. She treasures her relationship with Willow, and to keep the drama down, she is letting Michael set the pace. Sunny wants to call him, but she tells him not to. Nina explains she doesn't want Sunny advocating for her, and she doesn't want to be a point of contention between him and Michael. Sunny says Michael is stubborn and can be the worst enemy one can have. He gets it from him and Carly. Nina says Michael is bringing Willow and the kids over on Christmas Eve, so that is a step forward. She asks him what he wants for Christmas, and he says he has everything he wants with her as his wife. At the Quartermaines, Lois and Olivia are stunned when Tracy returns home and yells it looks like Coney Island in here, and these decorations won't do. She thinks she returned in the nick of time. Leo comes down the stairs and says, "Oh man, Christmas is ruined." Tracy asks if he's not happy to see her. Leo is, but notes Christmas is about fun and she doesn't like fun. Tracy says she likes fun and asks how Leo is. He says he is good and asks about the animals she saw on her trip. She tells him about them, and Leo goes to look up the animals she saw in his books. Tracy heads into the living room and chastises their decorating and the tree placement and thinks if her son was in his right mind, they never would have been given free rein to do this. Olivia reveals Ned is back as of a week or so ago. Tracy gasps, "And no one thought to tell me his mother." Olivia and Lois claim they thought Ned may have wanted to tell her in person. She says it's good she came home as she could have gone to her grave not knowing her son was back. They ask if Ned didn't bring her home, what did? Tracy explains Luke's legal affairs are more difficult than anyone thought, and she needs to prove her legal standing to help Bobby move things along. She came home to get the papers granting her Luke's power of attorney. Lois thinks they could have sent them to her, and Olivia suggests maybe she came home as she wants to be with her family at Christmas. Tracy gets back to complaining about the tree. Brooklyn and Chase enter and Brooklyn is glad to see her granny home. Tracy notes she looks unusually happy and asks why. Brooklyn reveals they are getting married, and Tracy wonders what took Chase so long. Chase says he wanted Brooklyn to know he loved her for her, not her money, and his dad's situation has made him realize the future is uncertain and isn't promised, so he wants to spend whatever time he has with Brooklyn. They welcome him to the family. On the next General Hospital, Brooklyn offers to do something for Maxie. Tracy orders Ned to stop Michael from taking ELQ. Lucy thinks she's made a mistake. Christina tells Sam the surrogacy news. Willow tells Nana it feels like she's been pulling away lately. Dent opens Forsyth's locker. Before you go, check out our gallery of Sasha's journey over the years. If you follow a link within this story, we may receive a small commission of the sale. Missed today's episode? Catch up via Hulu. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.